Jonathan Bailey is circling the lead role in the upcoming Jurassic World sequel. Not only that, Dev Patel, Nicholas Hoult, and Colman Domingo are also rumored to be joining the cast, alongside the now seemingly signed Scarlett Johansson. Could this be our very first look at the cast of Jurassic World 4? Maybe so. With director Gareth Edwards at the helm, Jurassic World 4 is currently in pre-production and set to start filming in June of this year, with a release date set for July 2nd, 2025. Welcome back to Jurassic Outpost. Let's explore the latest Jurassic World 4 casting news.
I'm on your side.
So you may very well have caught the rumors at the end of last week regarding some very exciting names supposedly being eyed for lead roles in the next Jurassic. Well, we will get to those names, but first, Deadline have exclusively reported that British actor Jonathan Bailey is now circling the lead role. Following his acclaimed role in the Showtime series Fellow Travelers, Jonathan Bailey may have found his follow-up, and it's a big splash. Sources tell Deadline that he is in early talks to star in Universal and Amblin's new Jurassic World movie. Bailey has strong ties with Universal, as he is set to appear in the anticipated Wicked adaptation. The studio is high on the project after making it the big reveal during its CinemaCon presentation, and sources say they were high on his performance following the shoot. As mentioned, Jonathan Bailey is an English actor, mostly known for his role in Bridgerton and Fellow Travelers, and funnily enough, he is starring alongside Dr. Ian Malcolm himself in that upcoming Wicked movie. Do you know this actor, and what kind of role in Jurassic World do you think he might be playing? Now let's take a look at the names supposedly in talks to join Scarlett Johansson and Jonathan Bailey in the sequel. The news came from verified insider DanielRPK, but we should of course still note that this is just a rumor. Take everything with a pinch of salt and remember that until the studio themselves confirm the cast, or I guess Deadline, nothing is final. Anyway, huge thank you to our boy Assis for passing this news on. Dev Patel is apparently in talks for the lead role in this movie. If, like me, you're British, then you may recall this actor from the TV series Skins. This was Dev's first on-screen role and one that quickly helped boost his career. His real breakthrough, however, came with his film debut in Slumdog Millionaire, a film directed by Danny Boyle, who made it to our director shortlist for a potential Jurassic movie, and since then he has appeared in movies like Chappie, Lion, The Green Knight, and has now made his directorial debut with Monkey Man, which he also wrote and produced. The movie has been distributed by Universal Pictures, so the filmmaker has a relationship with the studio, which may have contributed to the interest in Jurassic. Dev Patel is certainly a name I would love associated with a Jurassic movie. I haven't seen Monkey Man yet, but I have heard nothing but great things, and I'm sure that if the rumor is true about Dev Patel eyeing a lead role in the next Jurassic movie, then perhaps the decision is also motivated by the talent that's already involved. Dev is not just an actor, but a director as well. Working on Jurassic Park 7 provides a perfect opportunity to learn from the very best. Steven Spielberg, Frank Marshall, Gareth Edwards, as an upcoming director, being involved in a classic franchise like Jurassic would just be a great experience. If Daniel's source is to be believed, then we are in for quite an exciting cast, and the list doesn't stop there. Over the weekend, DanielRPK revealed more names from casting information, which also potentially reveal elements of the story. So going forward, if you are looking to avoid any and all spoilers, then the following does include some very vague character descriptions and something about the location. So consider this your warning. Anyway, thanks again to Assis for sharing this with us. The movie will have at least 6 leads, 3 adults and 3 teens. Main lead is a female, so potentially Scarlett Johansson. For the male lead, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, and Glenn Powell all passed. That role offer is now apparently out with Nicholas Hoult. However, Dan does speculate that he doesn't think Nick will be able to take the role, as he is currently filming Superman. He reconfirms his Dev Patel scoop and then says the teens are 2 sisters and the older sister's boyfriend. There is a male villain they are looking to cast soon as well. They are also looking to cast multiple supporting roles of people who visit the island. Okay, so obviously there is a lot to unpack there, but before we do it, let's quickly run down the names that we are hearing. Hilarious that Chris ×2 and Glenn passed, and honestly, those names aren't the ones I really want to hear associated with Jurassic. Nothing against them as actors at all, but they just aren't the faces I was hoping for with casting. But Nicholas Hoult, okay, Yep, now we are getting somewhere. Something tells me that the studio may have been the ones pushing for the Chris's and that Gareth may be the one that pushed for Dev and Nick. Who knows? Anyway, Nicholas Hoult began his career at a very young age, most notably his appearance in the film About a Boy, which won him an award. He's appeared in a number of movies like Kidulthood, X-Men, First Class, Fury Road, and more recently Renfield, which was also distributed by Universal Pictures. The actor worked alongside Dev Patel in that TV series Skins and is also Lex Luthor in the upcoming Superman movie. While Dan doesn't seem to think the actor will take the role, I actually would love to see Dev alongside Nick in this movie. I think seeing them both on screen together again would be great, and I think Nicholas Hoult would be a great addition to the Jurassic franchise. Before we discuss the story elements, Dan has further expanded the cast list. Colman Domingo is apparently being eyed to play the villain. Colman Domingo is an Emmy Award-winning actor who had somewhat of a breakthrough with his role in Fear the Walking Dead, and his role in Euphoria earned him an Emmy Award. He was in Spielberg's Lincoln, If Beale Street Could Talk, the 2023 reimagining or retelling of The Color Purple, and his role as William Burke in 2021's Candyman sequel. Dan's post unfortunately reveals nothing more, but Colman is another actor I would love to see in a Jurassic movie, and considering him as a villain certainly is interesting. What do you think his character will be up to? What nefarious work will this guy be doing? Share those thoughts and more in the comments. So far, this really is shaping up to be quite an impressive and a very good looking cast, if I say so myself. Of course, again, this is all speculation and rumor. DanielRPK is reputable, but we can't believe it until the official word is out. But it's an exciting list of names, and the additional story information paints well, a very mysterious picture. What is this movie about? 6 leads, 3 adults, 3 teens. What are you up to, David Kep? What have you done? Sounding a little bit like that abandoned Jurassic Park 3 screenplay, the one where the teenagers are in one plane, the adults are in another, and the teenagers' plane crashes on Isla Sorna. People who visit the island. What could this mean? I speculated in our podcast that perhaps the islands off the coast of Costa Rica might now be a location for dark tourism. The abandoned Jurassic World Park, a prime location for those seeking tourism to places historically associated with death and tragedy. Maybe this is what is happening in a modern day Jurassic World. Those islands, unable to be protected by any single government, are the subject to tourists and poachers which have done nothing to protect John Hammond's dream of giving tourists a polished, wondrous dinosaur experience, or his dream in the Lost World of leaving them all the hell alone. It could be that. Or it could be a different island entirely. We certainly have heard rumors about the return of Isla Sorna, and the locations in Thailand certainly allow for that. It really is hard to say at this point, but taking all of this information in, the cast is sounding great if this really is the cast. I mean, I'm sure things will change, and it doesn't sound like Nicholas Hoult will make it in, especially if that rumor is true in the first place. But if he does, if Dev Patel makes it in, if Colman makes it in, Jonathan and Scarlett all end up in Jurassic, then I think that's a pretty impressive cast that gives Gareth a hell of a lot to work with. What do you make of these rumors? Can you see these names working in Jurassic? And if so, what do you think the story is? What is the island? What do you think Jurassic World 4 is about? Comment below, and thank you for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one.